Hey everyone, Jeremy J here at ya with another video. I want to start by saying thanks so much for your comments to my last video and for all your wonderful support and concern and all of those things. It's appreciated. These last 9 months have been this wild ride, and especially these last 2 months when I've really had some additional issues creep up in my life. It's been this roller coaster of feeling amazing, feeling shitty, and like just bouncing between those regularly. I've never experienced this before in my life, this feeling of ups and downs so frequently. It is interesting, that's for sure. I am continuing to eat clean and experiment with things. So two of the things that I've got in the works coming are slippery elm and diatomaceous earth, I think it's called, as well as some other powders and supplements that I take, and eating leafy greens and vegetables and a few fruits like blueberries and strawberries. So I have now cut out all processed foods. I love a good bag of chips, but I'm not doing that anymore. I'm like fully on this plant-based supplemented regimen now. It'll be really interesting to see what happens as I try out this slippery elm and the, however you say it, diatomaceous earth, to see if that can clean out my insides and help relieve some of the intestinal stuff that's going on and this bloating. If you were to look down and see my stomach, it's just this not like I look like I'm pregnant, but there's definitely a bulge in my stomach that's constantly there, and only every once in a while does it go down, usually when I haven't eaten much and only just been drinking liquids. And so I'm just experimenting and on this journey. I'm treating it like I'm this questing adventurer and I have these quests to figure out. The current quest I'm on is figure out my digestion and bloating, and that's been leading me to many different things. Lots of people I've talked to. One of them is readings by Jocelyn, who recommended the diatomaceous earth. I'm probably saying that wrong. How do you say that? Let me get the correct name. Diatomaceous earth. Oh, it is. That is what it is. And it's so interesting to me because if I didn't do this YouTube channel of mine, I wouldn't know that stuff really existed. And so I'm getting all these suggestions from all of you, and I feel like together as we share what's going on, that we can help each other with the challenges we're having, certainly with the digestion issues, fatigue, weakness, nausea, cutting out processed and crap foods. When I say crap foods, I mean like Burger King, pizza, stuff that I used to like to get, and keeping myself hydrated, and now seeing if I can find a means to really clean out my insides and see if there's really anything in my insides that will come out as I really cleanse it and do this plant-based diet. That seems to be the right direction. I don't know what's really going to work for me yet. I'm in experimentation mode, and I may be in experimentation mode for another month or two until I start to see some progress with my bloating and it stays down. I'm learning about things. Digestive enzymes, I've learned, are supplements that help you break down lactose and maltose. And particularly maltose is supposedly one of the things that I don't break down. And so I have these digestive enzymes, and now I know, oh, if I take these with foods, that'll help break down the foods more. And so I'm learning to take those right with my meal when I eat. And there's just all this stuff I'm learning, and it's fascinating. And it's just fascinating that I've didn't even think about any of this until November, December, when my whole body just went, ugh, like totally went out of whack. Mentally, I'm also learning to express, feel sad when I'm sad, feel shitty when I feel shitty, feel angry when I feel angry, which is really actually difficult for me to do. I'm trained to be non-confrontational and to just be a peaceful person all the time. And I have reasons for that from my upbringing. And I don't know if you can hear my cats or not. They're being kind of wild and crazy. And so I'm sort of taking myself as a whole picture and examining everything about myself and seeing where can I improve, what can I do better. And I think the expression of myself in these videos, you guys are so wonderful and allow me to be super hyper and be crazy when I feel that. And when I feel shitty, I can come before you and say, guys, gals, I feel like fucking shit. I'm bloated, I'm nauseous, I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed. And I can express that without judgment from you or myself. I actually used to judge myself when I would be in certain situations and be thinking a certain way or that kind of thing. I'd say, gosh, what's wrong with you? Why do you have so many problems? And now it's like, yeah, life is life. Life is chaotic, crazy. I just got done drinking like a couple shakes and I had an avocado, so I've got some powder in my throat still, so. But I don't judge myself for feeling shitty. I don't judge myself if I come before you and I feel like crap. I'm very much concerned that I offer value to you in my videos, and I know that you guys appreciate my videos. I really appreciate your comments on my last video. I know you appreciate me. I know you appreciate my authenticity, and I bear myself to you. I will express how I'm feeling. One of my goals is to better express my anger and disdain for things, because as you notice, I'm pretty even-keeled. Either I feel, or pretty like, I go between a couple temperaments. One is I get kind of hyper when I feel good, and the other is kind of monotone and just like this. Or if I feel really shitty, I'm just like, but I don't express passionate disdain for things, which I have. So I'm working on expanding my emotional repertoire, and I think that will help with symptoms in my body as I continue to learn to release. Last night, I woke up at like 3:30 and I just swore like a sailor. I was like, fuck, 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 damn it, what the hell, why can't I sleep? And I just allowed myself to be frustrated for about 30 minutes, and then after that, I kind of was like, okay, I think I got it all out. And I went back to bed, and I got eventually got a couple more hours of sleep starting at about 5 o'clock. So I was up for a couple hours, and then I fell asleep again. And I'm going to try some valerian mixture tonight for my sleep and see how that goes. That's certainly another quest I have, is figure out how to get a good night's sleep. That's quite the quest. You would think it would be just learn to relax and maybe take some melatonin. Well, that's not that simple for me. I can take melatonin, but I now feel drowsy, but I don't sleep any extra hours. I still wake up in the middle of the night, and so yeah, there's all this stuff about my body all of a sudden that I'm trying to figure out. And I believe that the Ascension process is that. It's like, here's all this stuff that's now going on. Who knows what the root cause is? It's probably different for each of us, and it's up to us to learn to be resourceful, to connect with other people, to do all in our power to combat the Ascension, listen to other people's videos, and learn to be at peace with ourselves and all these things. And I don't know, what should I title this video? Just learning to treating the Ascension process like a quest, because that's what it is. I'm on a quest to feel good again consistently, and that means like to have a few weeks in a row where I'm like not bloated, I'm keeping foods down without my stomach gurgling and cramping, to sleep. Like if I have 2 weeks of 7 or 8 hours of sleep in a row and my stomach feels good, I'm going to sign off this quest with the quest giver. It's like quest complete, that kind of thing. And then the next one will be my neck. It's like, okay, let's see what I need to do there, Mr. Quest Giver, for my neck. And I'm starting that process right now. I went to a chiropractor today for that, and he took some x-rays, and I'm going to go over them with him next week. So I'm going to start combating that. And then my lower back is still healing, but that's not as important as my digestion. My digestion and my neck are the two quests I'm on. And it gives me kind of this drive and purpose in my life to conquer, to solve, to figure out. And by doing, if I solve my digestion, like whether it's taking this diatomaceous earth and slippery elm shake every morning and juicing certain vegetables and then learning what my intolerances are. Maybe that's the secret. And I come before you and say, my quest was solved by doing this. Try some of it, or try your own thing, do your own research and discover things about yourself and figure out what works for you. But here's some things that I've tried. So this is a quest we're all on, and I believe there is an end to the quest. I don't look at this as this perpetual quest that's going to go on forever till we die. Like, I can't believe that, and I won't believe that, because that just doesn't make sense to me. I believe we have the power within us to connect with each other, to, if we just tap into our divine potential and really like dig deep. Like, this whole process requires just digging deep within our soul. And if we will do that, dig deep and make some very significant changes from what we've been doing before, which is so hard because we live by these patterns and these behaviors, and I do it too. I am no different. These patterns and behaviors that we've done in the past is kind of what we do in the future. But if we can interrupt those and see them and make decisions for new behaviors, and then get our bodies super clean through eating and detoxing and cleansing, because I think that affects our moods as well. Absolutely. If we've got shit in our stomach, that's going to affect our moods and demeanor. If we can do those things, then I think we come out on the other side like in control of our own destiny, in control of our own bodies, and now we can become teachers for others who are suffering. And alleviating suffering is super important to me, and I realize that for that to happen, each person has to also take charge of their own life. So this is Jeremy J talking about the quest. The ascension process is a quest. We are questing adventures together. Me and all of you here on my channel, Monkey Pudding, Paquita Johnson, V Flowers, who are some others? Crystalline Angel Love, Tommy the Naked Wonder, who I half decided to emulate in a video a little while ago. We are all in a guild. We're a guild of adventurers, and our quest is to improve ourselves and heal emotionally, physically, and spiritually, and mentally from this twin flame experience and the ascension that has kicked off. And we're all like going through the journey together with our armor and swords and bows and wands, or whatever else. Maybe you have like a scepter, whatever makes sense to you. You've got that. And we're questing, and the quest is real. The struggle is real. It is very real. And I'm happy to be alive, and I'm becoming more appreciative of the struggle and allowing myself to feel shitty when I feel shitty. And I'm still working on expressing authentically. I still have work to do there. There's just work to do. And I don't think the work ever stops. But this is Jeremy J saying thank you so much for listening. Quest away, all of you, and let's kick some ass. I'll see you in the next video.